Are we live yet? Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday afternoon. We're gonna find a bunch of bets. What's up, guys? What up, boys? What's up, Santiago? Yo, how's everyone doing? We're gonna find some bets. Again, I said this previously, but I'm in Virginia, so there's a lot of sports books in Virginia. Underdog draft time. Let's get the baby oil. Yo, what's up, Charlie? What up, Charlie? All hail the king. Underdog draft time. Do some bangers, please. Yo, what's up, everybody? So I'm logged into a bunch of different sports books, and hopefully we're able to get some good plays in. So I added a bunch more sports books, BetMGM, whatever. I figured out my password. But without further ado, let's kind of see what we have for today. So we probably got some good promos like DraftKings. I mean, they've had this, I think, every single day. College basketball, no sweat parlay. So you lose, you get your money back. It just has to be, a two-leg parlay. It's only a max bet size of $5, so not super compelling, but still pretty good promo. You lose, you get your money back. I mean, what's better than that? But what I wanted to do is maybe, I don't know, what book do you guys want to start out on? Maybe let's do Underdog Fantasy. Why not? I feel like everybody loves Underdog Fantasy. Fliff, Dabble, ProfitX, Novig. So I got Fanatics right there, but what I'm going to start out with is Underdog Fantasy. I'm 4 picks into a streak. So again, the way that Underdog Streaks works is pretty simple. You win 11 picks in a row. Seems easy, but it's pretty hard. You win 11 picks in a row, and you're going to turn $10 into 10,000. So I'm on pick number 5. So let's start out and let's just see, where's the value on Underdog. Again, Underdog Fantasy, they have thousands of lines up. Oh, shit. They got thousands of lines up at any given time. I'm live on Twitch as well. You can watch wherever you want. I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on YouTube. And I'm about to go live on Twitter. Where's Hawkes, bro? So let's get something in for the Underdog streak real quick. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just going to try to fire off. I don't know why I type in Hawkes. All it's bringing up is women's college basketball. Yo, where's Jaime? Maybe they just bumped it. So it seems like the Heat game has a bunch of lines moving around. So maybe they bumped it. But that's okay. Let's go here. Nurkic, under 5.5 rebounds. So if you have an Underdog streak going, this is what I'm going to add as the next pick. The first day, you got to do 2 picks. Then it's 1 pick at a time. And if you look at Nurkic, again, the way that Underdog works for streaks, whatever, is right. If you take his over, under, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the same payout regardless. You can see here, all the books have his under around like minus 140. So his under is pretty heavily favored. So that seems like a good play to go with in our streak. So you can see it here. Again, this is just the OddsJam positive EV tool. It's going to compare the lines on the Underdog PrizePicks to sports books, all these sports books, sharp books like Pinnacle, whatever. They all have his under heavily favored. Fuck, dude. Damn, so it says that pick's already enacted. This is the problem with Underdog Fantasy. I love Underdog, but sometimes they bump these lines kind of quick. Shoot. Let's go here to Lou Dort. I got to get out of that. So here we go. Let's come back in. Damn, this play's really solid. So we have Lou Dort. This just popped up and it's already removed, bro. They already added a multiplier on it. And boom, there it goes. Damn. Shit, man. It's fucking taking too long to do my streak. So let's just go to... I'll run this. So we have Alperin, under, and PRs, points plus rebounds. I don't mind this just to kind of start out. Let's get the ball moving here. So you can see, Sengun, all the books have his under heavily favored. That seems solid enough to go with. So this is what I'm going to run for my streak. Hopefully it doesn't get bumped. Under 30.5 points plus rebounds. Yo, Alex, do you remember me? What's up? What's up, DJ Hippodemics? Bro, of course I remember you. Of course I remember you, DJ Hippodemics. What's up? Lost my streak this morning. Good luck with yours, sir. Thank you. And there we go. So I got the next pick in on my streak. What do we want to do? Does PrizePicks have any other discounts, or is it just the one play they had on them? Sears? They had a discount on Sears. I'm not sure if there's anything else, but we'll take a look. Dude, this is crazy. So here you have a massive arbitrage bet. This is between FanDuel and Novig. So you can get his under at plus 110 on Novig. His over is plus 102. His over 9.5 points. That's the same as, 10 plus points is plus 102 on FanDuel. So FanDuel is going to limit me to 245.10. However, what I've noticed about FanDuel is you can bet Horford under 10 plus points. They also should have a regular line for Horford. So I'm actually going to be able to get more down, 196.08. Because again, they're limiting me. But I took him 10 plus points. I'm also taking him over 9.5 points. Which is, obviously the same thing. 10 plus points is the same. So now I have, what is it? 196.08. I bet plus 245.10. So I bet a total of 441.18 on FanDuel. On his over at plus money. So I'm getting both his over and his under at plus money. Novig has his under at plus 110. All these books set their own lines. Novig is actually a betting exchange. It's legal in basically every state like Texas, stuff like that. So what I can do is I can just arbitrage bet this. Make a risk-free 25.63. And I feel like this line is still up on FanDuel. If you hit reuse selection. So if you use FanDuel, they gave me 441 total because I bet him over 9.5 as well as 10 plus points. Go over to Novig, hedge, get his under. I'm getting his over and his under at plus money. All these books set their own lines. So again, arbitrage is just when two sports books. FanDuel has this under at minus 130, Novig plus 110. So whenever two books have such different odds, you can hedge. Bet the over on one book, the under on a different book to guarantee a profit. Second the Celtics game is over, I'm $25 richer. What do we want to look at, though? Let's see if we can get in another underdog play. I'm going to do sports books. I'm going to do, dude, there are so many books in Virginia. But let's see if we can get in a PrizePicks play. Let's head over to PrizePicks. People fucking love PrizePicks. People love PrizePicks. So let's see if we can get something good in on PrizePicks. Because it does seem like there's some decent value available, so let's hit it. So let's check out some of these NBA lines. Oh man, I got a lot. Dude, there's so many sports books in Virginia. It's a little overwhelming. So the first play we have is Amen Thompson. Yo, what do we think about this play? Thompson over 12.5 RAs. So again, historical data, like a lot of people like to look at stuff like this. Obviously, he's gone over the past 5 games, makes us feel a little good. But that's priced into the market, into the odds that these sports books are putting out. But you can see, it looks like his over has kind of been drifting to being more and more favored. Bet Online has his over as a minus 181 favorite. FanDuel minus 154 favorite. So all these books are telling you through their odds, you have hundreds of data points, all these different books setting lines. PrizePicks has a boost and a protected play. Dude, PrizePicks has promos. Check out the PrizePicks promos. So they have a $10 protected play. So I guess we'll take advantage of this. It doesn't seem like there's any sport requirements or anything. This is just a completely protected play. We lose, we get our money back up to 10 bucks. Yo, anyone hit this arbitrage bet, bro? Go make some risk-free money. You'll feel better if any of these plays lose. But this play on Thompson, all the books have is over, heavily favored. That's great. Perfect. Okay. And then what I want to do is League of Legends is back. And again, when you're betting on League of Legends, players on the same team are positively correlated to go the same direction. So some of these guys, you just got to be careful. Like, bro, this guy, he has 3 games. So you just want to make sure you select the right one, which in this case is the 7 a.m. game. So you want to go with the 7 a.m. game. Both of these picks have value, right? They're also positively correlated. So kind of like taking the over in passing yards for my fucking quarterback, Jaden Daniels, and then over in receiving yards for my new wide receiver, Deebo Samuel. Those plays would be positively correlated. Same thing here in League of Legends. Players on the same team, you know, over in quarterback passing yards, over in wide receiver. So in League of Legends, when you kind of like go through it, anyways, they're positively correlated, long story short. So I could run a 5-man, but you'll see for a 5-man, they usually give you a 20x payout. They reduce that down to 18.5x. They add a payout shift because you're correlating these League of Legends plays. So honestly, I'm just going to run this as a 4-pick power play because you'll notice PrizePicks doesn't have a payout shift. They're paying you 10x. That's always what they pay you is a 10x payout. So there's no payout shift. For some reason, they add a payout shift for a 5-man, but they're not adding a payout shift for a 4-pick entry. Alex, I'd bet you would oil up and bet on League. Rebet, please. You're sexier than Kirk Cousins. Yo, you guys want rebet? What's up, guys? What up, boys? This is a 4-pick entry. Please post link. Protected play on PrizePicks. Anyways, yo, 4-man on PrizePicks. Get it locked in if you want to play it. Again, my protected play is $10. You know, hopefully you guys got bigger amounts. Maybe some of you guys got like $100. I don't know, man. But anyways, get it locked in. 4-man on PrizePicks. What book do we want to look at? Yo, dude. Every single person, if you use FanDuel and you use Novig is a peer-to-peer betting exchange. You will never get limited. I mean, again, I just hit this. 245.10, 196.08. Man, just fucking bet $500 on his over on FanDuel, $480 on his under on Novig. Make a risk-free profit of $29. Day trading the books. Second the game's over, 8:30 p.m. Money's back in your account. It's crazy. This is how I started sports betting, arbitrage. And it's fucking lit, bro. It's great. It's easy money. Plus 102 on the over, plus 110 on the under. But anyways, what do we want to do? Let's see. Oh, baby. You guys want some DraftKings plays or what? So... Damn, man. So we just got in the PrizePicks play. Maybe let's try to do another underdog play because there's a lot of value on underdog right now. For example, Fred VanVleet, under 1.5 steals. Some of these books like Bet Online, they only offer one-way markets. So you can only bet on, VanVleet to go over in steals. You can't bet on his under. But any of these books posting two-way markets, again, Underdog has thousands of lines up at any given time. Oh, shit. So there's a lot of value in this Rockets game. Again, I'm going to make sure every pick I give out is actually backed in market data, okay? I'd rather take this play on Jalen Green. We already ran Alperin's under for the streak. But what I was going to say is these plays are positively correlated, right? Only one player on the same team, like only one of these dudes can grab points or score and grab a rebound at the same time. So if Jalen Green goes under, Eason's more likely to go over. Those two plays are positively correlated. Yeah, I know. I accidentally clicked New Jersey here. And you can see that, kind of on FanDuel too, right? Like FanDuel's giving you the same odds on Jason Tatum's over and his under. So you'd think like, okay, if I take his over, I should get the same payout on my parlay. But taking him and Porzingis both to go over, right? That's less likely. I mean, only one guy can score at the same time. So over under, FanDuel reduces the payout for their same game parlay. FanDuel prices in correlation to their same game parlay. PrizePicks, underdog don't. But I got to finish this slip. So I'm going to try to do a 6-man because I'm a fucking degenerate. So we have Castle under 4.5 rebounds. Man, I wish Wemby wasn't hurt, but he's hurt. We got Chet over 7.5 rebounds. So hopefully you guys can see it. Again, first 3 picks are all for the Rockets game. Under on Van Vliet. Steals, Jalen Green under in PRs, Eason over. And then we got Castle under, Chet over. But let's find one more pick that we can kind of pair in on Underdog Fantasy that has solid value. Whoa. And it's going to be an esports play. So again, I'm just trying to make sure everyone can see it. This is going to be the final pick, esports. I'm going to run it as a flex play. Castle under in rebounds, Chet over in rebounds. And then here's the final play. It's an esports play, under 31.5 kills. And you can see here, again, rounding out the slip with an esports play. So yeah, you guys can see my screen. Do some Fliff, King. You guys want Fliff? What do you guys want to look at? Oh, fuck, man. They bumped that esports play, which was really good value. Shit. That's the problem with Underdog, man. I mean, it's a solid book. It's just, especially esports. See, now you can see they bumped Castle as well. So that's kind of the problem. I mean, here's another great esports line from the OddsJam Optimizer, which is just going to point out line discrepancies. I have minimum number of data points set to 2. All these other books have his line at 16.5. Underdog is hanging 15.5. So here are going to be my 2 replacement picks, right? So we still have all the plays in the Rockets game. No problem there. Chet over. They bumped Castle in the first esports play I went with. 6-pick flex play. That's the optimal slip type on Underdog. Bro, you are killing me. So you can see they just grade this out, which means they bumped it. This is why Underdog Fantasy is just it's a bitch to stream, bro. I mean, fucking pissing me off. Everyone's front-running me. Front-running is when you place the bet before I can lock it in, and that's definitely what's going on right now. People are locking in these bets before I can get it locked in. Underdog limits me to a max of $25, so that's what I'm going to hit it for. This esports play, however, didn't get bumped yet and is really solid. So I'm just making sure people can see all these picks. So I see some people asking for rebet. 20% profit boost on rebet, says Rory Levine. Do BetMGM, someone else says. Whew. So let's check out available promotions. 20% profit boost, minimum odds of plus 300. Must be used on college basketball. So Rebet does have a pretty good promo. Dude, this arbitrage bet is still fucking available. I wish I could bet more on FanDuel on it, but I can't. Dude, there are a lot of sports books. A lot of fucking sports books. So let's see if we can find something on Rebet for this promo. Also, what game do we got going on right now? What did I have in the Duke game? I think I gave out the over. I think the total's 144, so... Yo, Flag is fucking balling. What was I going to say? Oh, people wanted Rebet. So let's take a look at Rebet. Again, Virginia, like all these states have different sports books, but you know, in Virginia, I mean, there's literally it's an amazing state for sports betting. No legal weed. That's pretty annoying, but there's a lot of sports books. A lot of sports books. So let's check out Rebet and let's see if we can do something for this promo. 20% profit boost, which is obviously pretty solid. So let's see what we can do. College basketball only again. So what I'm going to do here is I can just filter for college basketball only. Yo, what do we think about Ole Miss money line? Yo, you guys think Ole Miss can get the job done? Is Rebet offering the best price? Let's see. Ole Miss. Where's the fucking game, bro? Ole Miss. Plus 208 on Novig. Let's see. I mean, again, like, with the 20% profit boost, essentially every leg you're getting an additional 20% on, which is pretty obvious, but, you know, on Rebet, we're not going to be getting Ole Miss in our parlay at plus 200, right? Because I wouldn't want to play plus 200 on Rebet. I'd rather get them on Novig at plus 208. But again, like, we're getting a 20% profit boost, so we're not actually getting plus 200. We're getting plus 240 in our parlay, essentially, which seems great, right? Like, that would be an arbitrage to numerous sports books across market. So that actually seems fine. Oh, shit. There gotta be some lineup news going on in this Heat game. What is going on right now? Anyways, fuck it. Let's just get this promo done. So we got our first play in. I'm running Ole Miss. I mean, I already got them on the spread, but I'll take them in a parlay. Again, this needs to be a 3-leg parlay. So we're essentially getting Ole Miss at plus 240 because they're adding 20% to whatever we do. We'll run the over in the Oregon game. Perfect. You can see here, just kind of browsing odds. I do like that over, and they're offering the best price. That game's too far away. Arkansas versus Texas Tech. Damn. Market is not giving Arkansas any respect. They're still plus 6. After fucking really impressive performance so far. But let's go back here. What's the final pick we want to go with? What do we like, boys? What do we like? Kentucky? Yo, you guys think Kentucky can get the job done? Plus 119? Or would we, yo, Illinois or Kentucky? Illinois or Kentucky, bro? What do we like? Illinois or Kentucky? Or New Mexico spread? Fuck. I don't know. Oregon or Kentucky? Kentucky. Yo, people seem to like Kentucky. I mean, this is getting pretty ballsy. Again, we're getting a 20% profit boost. So here's the 3-leg parlay. Whoops, you can't even see it, bro. Sorry, that's my bad. We got Ole Miss, the over in the Oregon game, and then we got Kentucky money line. Again, Ole Miss was plus 200. You could get plus 208. On other books, it's not great value. But again, this is a profit boost. So if we lose, we're getting our... Or sorry, not if we lose, but we're getting an extra 20%. So you got to think about it that way. How much will they let me bet? No way they take 10K. Bro, if they took 10K, that would be fucking lit. Oh my God. Dude, they actually took a $10,000 bet? Dude, I'm limited on rebet. What the fuck? They've never let me on this website bet over $1,000 on anything, I feel like. They just took 10 grand on that, bro. This is an unlimited profit boost, unlimited bet size. What the fuck? Dude, this is on their website. I just started using Rebet. Again, they have an app. They've had an app for a long time. This is just none of these. In these streams, I'm just showing you books I'm betting on, not sponsored by any book. But they recently launched a website. And bro, what the fuck? Now I have a... Dude, today's now going to be awful, or... Because usually I have to put in my bet on Rebet, and then they tell me how much... What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Where is the promo? So, Kyle Puckett says, where is the promo in the chat? Under your profile. So if you just hit this button, you can see your profile and then kind of go from there. Wow. So I guess we got a sweat on. Wow. Damn, bro. That may break the bank, or I may be the happiest man in the world later tonight. I may be the happiest fucking man in the world later tonight if this shit smacks. Did they actually take it? I can't tell. What? The fuck? Make picks. Sportsbook. Pending. I don't think they took the bet. Dude, it said that they took it, and now it's like going back on it. And now I have 28K back in my account, and I don't see the fucking bet slip. Ask your neighbor if she thinks it's gonna hit. Dude, where did it go? I swear, if you rewind YouTube, I'm not crazy, right? Like, I thought I bet this. Pick rejected. Fuck you. So, I guess they rejected it. It says here, pick rejected, but I swore they took it. I'm not crazy. I guess I am crazy, because they clearly didn't take it. But anyways, this is taking way too long. I'm not trying to waste your guys' fucking time, so. 20% profit boost. How much are you going to take, bro? Weird. This shit's weird. Now let's see. Pick rejected. Oh, okay. So they're not actually taking that. I'm an idiot. 20% profit boost. I thought they took that. They did not take that. They'll probably take... Will you take 1,000? Let's see. Maybe they'll take 1,000. I don't know. We'll see. Pick rejected. Nope. So they're not even taking 1,000. What the fuck, bro? How much can you guys get down on this promo? How much are you guys able to get down on this promo? Because now I'm getting annoyed. I don't know why they don't just tell you the max bet size for the promo. Fucking crazy. It's madness. 500 do you take? Let's see. Again, it's Kentucky Ole Miss over in the Oregon game. All on Rebet. This is their promo for today. There we go. So they took $500. Obviously not as compelling. This was plus 1128, right? It's going up to plus 1354 with the boost. So it's not like there's a ton of great value on Rebet right now. But again, with the... When you're adding 20% on top, pretty easy to, you know, what would this come out to on FanDuel? This isn't going to be exactly the same, but, you know, on FanDuel it would come out to like plus 1,100. We're getting plus 1354. But anyways, let's see what we got, boys. So we got the Rebet promo in. I want to do a bunch of other sports books, so let's see what we can do. Some people were saying DraftKings, so we can do DraftKings. DraftKings is actually In my opinion, it's one of the most exploitable sports books. OddsJam has one-click bet, so you can just click and it'll, take you right to the bet. So for example, we have Miles Bridges, over 6.5 rebounds. The only issue with DraftKings is I'm limited. Usually they give me somewhere from like $20 to $150 a bet. So on this Miles Bridges play, they give me 43.11. And some of you guys are going to be like, oh, you're limited. You fucking idiot. What did you do wrong? I mean, I've been using DraftKings for 5 years now. Some years, if I've spent time in California or whatever, I haven't bet on it as frequently. So like, last year, I think I barely used DraftKings. I barely used it. But I used to use it a shit ton. Ran up 218K in profit. So yeah, I mean, sportsbooks aren't fucking stupid. However you're making money, there's a good chance you're going to get limited if you're crushing them. But this play on Bridges is ridiculous. Right? Like, DraftKings has no lean in their market. -115, -115 odds. They're saying Bridges has an equal probability. They're giving you the same price, the same odds on the over and the under. So they're basically saying both outcomes are 50-50. Every other book is saying, no, the over is heavily favored. And it's a crossed market. It's arbitrage to no vig, albeit very slightly. So anyways, everybody be careful with Kentucky. Trent is betting on them. Trent is on Kentucky. Why are you guys hating on my boy Trent, man? Why are you guys hating on my boy Trent? What's his March Madness record? Pretty sure he's hitting at 25%, something like that. But anyways, what do we want to do? Dude, there are so many sports books. There are a lot of sports books. Damn. I don't even know, man. I'm overwhelmed, man. Let's see. So MGM, I'm pretty heavily limited on player props. Their main lines aren't as bad. And sometimes they have good mainline value. I mean, BetMGM is probably one of the easiest books to beat, but they also have some of the most aggressive limits. Here's another bet I like on DraftKings. I'm curious to see how much they take. This is Jamal Murray PAs, points plus assists. You can see, hey, you can only bet $45 on this. Run it for $45. I place a bunch of bets with an edge, let the math work itself out. So picking this up at -125 on DraftKings. Every other book has the over as a much bigger favorite or the line higher. FanDuel has a 40-cent spread. So you remove the vig, find the midpoint. -135, according to FanDuel, is approximately fair value. Anyways, DraftKings is a super beatable book. But what do we want to do? I don't know, man. We got a lot of sports books. Fliff. BetMGM. I'm in Vegas. Want to do a bet on 365? I would if I were logged in. So, I'm curious to see. Celtics -8.5. How much are they? Fuck. Let's see. Let's see how much they take on Celtics. I mean, BetMGM on, $30, kind of shitty bet size. But again, the most exploitable books, the easiest books to beat, typically +185 is solid. All these other books have this around, +155. FanDuel's market. FanDuel is definitely much sharper than BetMGM, largest sports book in the U.S. They have a 44-cent spread. Their market, they had +150. On the Celtics side of the spread, +150. -194 on the Blazers side, 44-cent spread. Remove the vig. All these sports books make money by charging a spread around what they believe fair value is. They're market makers, kind of like a stockbroker thinks a stock is worth 10. They'll buy it at 9, sell it at 11. Fair price is +164. We're getting +185. And again, there's a shit ton of value. Here's another one on BetMGM. Nuggets first quarter spread. Here, they're only giving me 15.08, but like, whatever. I mean, again, takes 2 seconds to lock it in because OddsJam has this like one-click bet thing. You just click the button, it'll take you right to the bet. Oh, baby. But what do we want to do? Let's see. I don't know. Should we do another PrizePicks slip? Underdog. Underdog. What do we want to do, man? The fuck do we want to do, man? Whew. So BetMGM, good book. Doesn't last long because it's really soft. It's a very soft sports book. I mean, here's another bet. You could arbitrage bet this, or you could just run it straight up. I'm not sure what my betting limits are going to be. Dude, I already logged in, man. What book do we want to look at? Fliff and PrizePicks. Is Pickett safe? I think Pickett is safe. Fuck, dude. I never remember my passwords. So many sports books, all these books. Some of them just log you out way too often. But let's see. Damn, I kind of wish Rebet took that bet for 10 grand. That would have been... Then I would have had a fun sweat, bro. Life would have been exciting tonight. Ew. Alright, Fanatics Sportsbook. I'm just kind of curious to see. Because I think Fanatics used to be PointsBet Sportsbook. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I honestly don't. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about it. So I'm curious to see how much do you let me bet? Suspended. So they already suspended this bet. Anyways, let's see if we can get a Fliff play in. I see a lot of people asking for Fliff, so maybe let's start there. I don't know. We'll find something on Fanatics later. Dude, I got way too many tabs open. Rebet I need. ProfitX I need. So again, Rebet has a 20% profit boost promo. If you're curious what I locked in, Kentucky, Ole Miss over in the Arizona-Oregon game. 3-pick parlay with the boost. It comes out to a glamorous plus 1354 odds. We're backing the dogs. But let's see if we have anything on Fliff. This play I did think was solid. I mean, a lot of books offering one-way markets. But let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, boys. Yo. So we have Fliff. Fliff is a sweepstakes book. I mean, there's a few different sweepstakes books. The main ones I use on stream are Rebet and Fliff. Sweepstakes just means like they're available in basically every state. Duke, I don't want Duke to win it all. I really don't want Duke to win it all. But anyways, first play we have is going to be a college basketball play. We have Selton under 2.5 rebounds. So if you want to think about this from a data-driven perspective, Fliff is the only book with his over favored, right? They have his over favored, right? All these other sports books have his under heavily favored. So Fliff, just like any other book, is going to have quite literally thousands of lines available at any given time. We're trying to zone in on the few picks that have an edge. What are your thoughts of people losing money on Fliff? I don't know. I don't know what that means. And then the second play I'm going to run. Let's think. Chris Dunn over 2.5 assists. So that's in the Thunder Clippers game. What's the money line on that? Thunder versus Clippers. Chris Dunn assists. So we got our second pick with value. What is the money line? Thunder Clippers. Thunder. Thunder are minus 130 favorites. So honestly, not that big of favorites. But let's find this play, okay? Chris Dunn. Hit it. 2-pick parlay, NBA. Hey! 2-pick parlay, NBA college ball. Again, on Fliff, you can bet with Fliff Cash. Wow. Bro, no way. They like auto bumped that shit to plus 120. Anyways, I just run, if you weren't able to lock it in on time, I would just run Miguel under 2.5. Just play it as a straight bet. Again, like straight bets versus parlays, I hit both. If a bet is profitable in a straight bet, it's profitable in a parlay too. Parlay is just a combination of bets. But damn, they bumped that fast. Here's another, and boom. They just adjusted this from minus 125. Now you can see it's minus 135. Value goes away. You got to be price conscious as a sports bettor. This looks golden. Again, you don't have to overthink it. Like, you don't have to be perfect as a sports bettor. It's kind of like being a poker player. You're not going to win every bet. I just place a bunch. What the fuck, dude? So they just adjusted. They just bumped his line higher to 25.5 from 24.5. It is important to be fast, though, because, again, I mean, some of these really good lines, they just don't last very long. Sheesh. This looks solid. So we have a Chai over 3.5 rebounds. DraftKings 31.24 limit here. Minus 125. All the other books, really sharp books like Bet Online, have this over as a much bigger favorite, around like minus 150, whatever. It's kind of interesting sometimes to see the line movement chart. Sometimes it's not that interesting, but especially if there's lineup news, key players out, you know, just kind of seeing how that affects everything else, the total, other players' lines. So Bet Online, a sharp book. They have the over as a minus 153 favorite, so you remove the VIG. The over is fair, according to Bet Online, with the VIG removed at minus 132. That's a market with no VIG, minus 132 on the over, plus 132 on the under. We're getting minus 125. I'll take it. Yeah. I will take it. Sheesh. Sheesh. So again, this was the Fliff play. Unfortunately, they bumped Chris Dunn pretty quickly. So I would just play Miguel. I would just run Miguel as a straight bet. That's what I would do. But let's see what we have here. I'm just kind of curious to see how much this sports book is Fanatics. I mean, I say it all the time. I recommend always using as many books as you can. Bro, what? You're legal in fucking Virginia. There we go. Location confirmed. Whoa. So Fanatics, yeah, I'm limited. Limited way too hard. I mean, some people get creative. Oh, I'm gonna, you know, have an account for my girlfriend, my dad, but, you know, regardless, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm only gonna be able to play it for 10. Obviously not really worth arbing if I can only play it for $10. So I'm just gonna get rid of Fanatics. I didn't realize I was limited that hard. Usually limits are much worse in general for player props as opposed to mainline markets, money line, spread, shit like that. Usually you can get down more. So we got in a Fliff play. We got in a Fliff play. What else did I want to do? Man, I love dicking around these sports books. Um, I am curious to see. I mean, I don't want to waste time on this shitty sports book if I'm just limited, but I am curious to see for main lines. Is it any better? Where's the NIT? Oklahoma State versus SMU. I don't even know where to find this. I don't know. I'll check with another one. But let's see what else we can do, okay? So, PrizePicks, Underdog. Maybe let's check out the DFS apps again. Again, this is one of the reasons Virginia is amazing, is you have DFS, as well as sports betting, which is nice because a lot of states are one or the other. Or a lot of states like New Jersey, I think, they have a ton of sports books, but you don't have DFS. There's no PrizePicks. There's no Underdog Fantasy. Anyways, we have Ware under 10.5 rebounds. Yo, what do we think about Ware under 10.5 rebounds? All these sports books have his under heavily favored. We got Robinson under 7.5 rebounds. Once again, there's thousands of lines on PrizePicks. Did they just bump it? No, it's still available. So you can see Pinnacle, really sharp book. All these sports books, all these market data points have kind of ripped towards his under. Here you can see Pinnacle in the line movement chart. Maybe it's based off of lineup changes. I don't really know. But his under clearly is getting hammered. So it would be nice if we could ride some college kids today. Maybe throw some girls into the parlay. But we got to see. Yo. Let's see what we got. So Zershin under 13. I mean, again, not a ton of books posting odds, but Hot Streak, which is, a book that specializes in esports, they have the line lower and they have the under juiced. Every pick I include in my PrizePicks slip, obviously, just ensure it has an edge. Maybe fuck it, dude. Maybe I just go balls to the wall. I mean, this Thompson play, I'm shocked they haven't bumped it. Also, he's been a rebounding machine recently. So we have Thompson over 12.5 RAs. They're playing the Nuggets. I think, is Jokic playing tonight? I think Jokic is playing tonight. But I could be wrong. Thoughts? 5 picks on PrizePicks. 5 pick entry on PrizePicks. Here's the first 3. And then here we go. So Thompson over, again, if you don't like it or you're like, oh, I've already used it, bro. Why do you keep giving out this pick? You could include Mark Sears instead if you haven't used the discount. What do you guys think? Sleeper discounts, negative. Jokic has been out 3 games. Do you use Katie's account yet? Check out Fliff's Twitter feed. What? 2x purchase match. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins took their new Lambos out for a spin after signing new deals. Yo, did Florida get fucked? I had lunch with my grandpa. I didn't get to watch the Florida game. Yo, did UConn get fucked? Did UConn get fucked? Should they have won that game? Did the refs just hand it to Florida? Anyways, I'm just trying to make sure people can see these picks. Negative, Jokic has been out 3 games. Okay, so no Jokic tonight once again. Sleeper props. Can you do one more underdog play for a streak I just got here? Here's a PrizePicks play once again. 1, 2, 3. Make sure people can see this shit. Anyways, you've had plenty of time to bet it, so I would share a link. I've said this before, but PrizePicks completely removed my ability to share links. Otherwise, I would. Jokic is out. Can you do one more underdog play? Can you do Fliff? I mean, obviously, I'm never going to force a bet. We already got in a Fliff play. It doesn't seem... Fliff isn't exactly popping right now, so... Oh, shit. No fucking way. Wow. 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 So BetMGM actually gave me 121.50 on this. So this game is live. Wow. So that worked out. This game is live. Again, I'm max limited. Maximum limits on BetMGM. And this opportunity just showed up. I mean, again, I literally think I was DraftKings' first customer. I think I was their first customer. First day it legalized in New Jersey, I was there. So I don't use DraftKings as much anymore, again, because I'm fucking limited. It used to be one of my favorite books. Now I obviously just can't bet as much. But you can see, this is live arbitrage. Cleveland Cavs, BetMGM had their over at minus 125. DraftKings is at minus 185. So I bet the over 31.5 at minus 125 there. I bet the under 31.5 Cavs total points in the third quarter, live arbitrage. And, you know, I think it was like $10 or no, maybe less. So it was minus 125, plus 145. So I kind of bounce around from tool to tool. Sometimes there's better value on these DFS apps. A lot of these DFS apps I'm limited on. No, BetMGM gave me how much? 121, something like that. So $8 risk-free, just BetMGM and DraftKings super out of sync on the Cavs game. Bet the under for the Cavs, bet the over for the Cavs. Made a risk-free profit of, you know, 784. Over at minus 125, under at plus 145. Pretty fucking crazy. Exact same bet. What books do we want to look at? Dude, my streams are almost certainly going to be longer now that I have all these books, bro. Now that I got all these books. It's very interesting to see on DraftKings, like on Hawkes under, they're going to give me 2020. So you can see they just adjusted it. I mean, kind of boring, but I could arb this, make 50 cents risk-free, but it's not even worth it. And also, DraftKings is clearly the side with value. Like, it's crossed, it's arbitrage to BetMGM, Fanatics, almost to BetOnline, to FanDuel, to Hot Streak. Like, it's clear. Again, whenever there's arbitrage, whenever two books have such different odds, you can bet the over on one book, the under on another book, guarantee a profit. You know one side of the market has to be, like, one of these bets has to be good. You can get Man's over at plus 110 or his under at plus 110 on BetMGM. Again, because all these books set their own lines out of the millions of odds across books, occasionally they'll screw up. Minus 145, plus 110. So, over 31.5 points, third quarter, minus 125, that's what we had. And then under 31.5 at plus 145. Risk-free profit. What are we talking about? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. Let's go. BetMGM. Dumbass book. Usually I wait till stoppage to place bets. You know, just because if it's in the middle of a possession, these books, they'll lock their lines a lot quicker, stuff like that, because it's the middle of a possession. What else do we got, bro? So again, this is the rebet promo. If you're just tuning in, there's a 20% profit boost on rebet. I got Kentucky, Ole Miss, and then the over in the Arizona game. Lines are always moving. Market never closes. Injuries always happening. Lineup changes. Bitch-ass players sitting out because they're lazy. Oh, I'm paid $50 million a year, bro. I'm not going to play tonight. Lazy. Oh, wow. Someone was asking for another underdog play, so I got you. Davion Mitchell. Come on. Reload. Oh, man. So first play we got Davion Mitchell under 13.5 points plus assists. FanDuel, unders heavily favored, no vig, whatever. This actually pairs pretty nicely with Tyler Hero over in PAs. So I'm just going to run a little 3-man. Again, you could just use 2 of these picks in an underdog streak, or just 1 if you have a streak going and you weren't here earlier. Again, underdog, you want to run for 3 pick entries, a standard play, 6x payout. PrizePicks, again, is only going to give you a 5x payout. Underdog, I'm limited at this point. They're only going to give me $25 max. 3 pick entry. Hit that shit. What were we talking about? What bucks do we want to do? Can we make a bet if Duke wins the Natty, you send me courtside to a Warriors game? Why the fuck would I make that bet, bro? What's in it for me? If Duke wins the championship, I lose money. What would that be for me? Anyways, what are we talking about? Bet 365, please. Someone said bet 365. I'm not logged into bet 365, so I personally, honestly, I can filter it in. Bet 365 is another sports book. I mean, super exploitable, super beatable. Their limits are tough, but I mean, look at this shit. Bro, SGA over 1.5 steals. They have this at plus 120 on Bet365. Again, whatever books you use, you can just kind of, filter into OddsJam. It's just going to point out line discrepancies. Like, there's millions of odds available across these books. You want to zone in on where's there actually value in the market. 365 has this at plus 120. No other books even offering plus money. You took first quarter points. Fuck, dude. Someone just said I took the wrong thing on Niang. Fuck. So I got to cancel that. So you're... Fuck. Anyways. What I meant to take on Niang was under and 3s, and I took the wrong thing. And now they bumped Davion Mitchell, which is super annoying, but that's okay. I'd at least rather get this right. So it's not under 2.5 first quarter points. It was supposed to be under 2.5 3-pointers made. So sometimes just moving too fast, I'll fat finger a button and just fuck it up. So here's going to be my underdog play. Again, I apologize for messing it up the first time. 3-man, NBA, 2 picks. Any of these picks you like, you could just throw into a streak. FanDuel. Yo, people want FanDuel? Are there any promos on FanDuel worth taking advantage of? Let's see what we got, bro. Let's see what we got. Yo, so here was the underdog play again. If you want something to run, 6x payout. PrizePicks only pays you 5x. Cheap as fuck. PrizePicks, rebet. Fliff. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Yo. Where's the fucking NIT? Where is the NIT? Oh, you can search for it. That makes it a lot easier. It's kind of interesting. Live betting, again, it's tough because everything is just going to move faster, which is obviously why I try to focus on games that are at stoppage at halftime, you know, like this, stoppage at halftime, because then at least you have a better probability. You don't need a hit rate of 100% when you're arbitrage betting, stuff like that, because again, like, I just kind of want to see what will Fanatics give me on a main line. Because again, on this first player prop, it was absolute trash. Wow. So BetMGM on this under in the Northern Arizona game, they limit me to 55.41. We're at stoppage. They're giving me 55.41. Can arb this, make $3 again the second the game's over. Boom. Got it locked in on MGM. Head over to FanDuel. Lock it in, just following the little calculator. Arbitrage is when two books have such different odds, they're 40 cents apart, minus 125 here, plus 115 here. Bet the under on MGM, the over on FanDuel. You have no risk. You are literally just loaning the sportsbooks money. In this case, you know, basically you're loaning BetMGM $55, FanDuel $51 for, you know, basically an hour and a half until this game's over. And by the time the game's over, one bet's going to win, one bet's going to lose, but you're hedging for a profit, which is fucking lit. It's so easy to do, too. Baylor Duke. Yo, what's going on in this Baylor Duke game, bro? What is going on? What is going on? Yo, come on, boys. Keep it interesting. Cooper Flag balling. Baylor shooting like shit. Literally almost half the field goal percentage of Duke. Make your shots. Don't suck. Go Kentucky. Duke is cooking. Duke is cooking. What up? Shake your massive baseball bat and give us a PrizePicks lineup, please. Yo, people want more PrizePicks. I feel like we've done a lot of PrizePicks. To be clear, I got no problem with PrizePicks. Let's see. Let's see if we can do another PrizePicks play. So again, League of Legends, these plays you definitely don't want to pair together. You don't want to take players on opposing teams to both go over. So that would be negatively correlated. So I'm definitely not going to do that. Nah. PrizePicks is just not crazy. Let's see Sleeper. I see people saying, yo, there's Sleeper discounts. Let's check out Sleeper. Sleeper. Oh, fuck, bro. I kind of got to pee. I may have to take a 2-minute break to pee in like 20, maybe a couple minutes. But I'm chilling, bro. So Tatum, they have his line discounted to 36.5 points plus assists on Sleeper. That's literally absolute shit, considering other books have him at 34.5 and 35.5. So that I'm not going to run. You want to be careful, bro. Sleeper is sneaky. They call something a discount even though it's not a discount. Scotty Barnes discount is actually good though. I've said this about Sleeper. It's a weird site. They put their odds in decimal format. I don't know why. Don't know why. Oh, yes. So they have Mark Williams under as a 1.8 payout. That means betting 100 to win 180, 80 in profit, which is the same as minus 125 odds. So OddsJam just converts Sleeper's payouts into from decimal odds into American odds. This Mark Williams play I actually really like. So I'm going to run it with the Butler discount as well. And again, the Tatum boost is actually trash. That is not a discount, bro. That is a scam promo. If I won 200 bonus bets, should I sign up for another book and hedge? It depends. It depends. I mean, people like different betting strategies. Like sometimes when I did sign up bonuses, I would hedge to try to guarantee a risk-free profit. Other times, I wouldn't hedge, and I would just run it straight up. So here you can see they tell me my limit, but I don't want to place this because they adjusted the odds live from minus 115 to minus 125. Dude, the Pelicans game is already over. Let's see. No, it's not, bro. It's just end of fourth quarter. That's wrong. It's the start of the fourth quarter. What I did want to do quickly is, again, Colorado State to upset Maryland. DraftKings is running a promo and has them plus 450. Max wager of only $5. Can anyone get more than $5? Can anyone get more than $5 on this promo? DraftKings to upset, on DraftKings, Colorado State to upset Maryland. They're boosting Colorado State. Can anyone get more than $5 on this DraftKings promo? They're only giving me $5. Plus 450. So again, here's an example of, it's such a small promo, to be honest. But if I wanted to, right, because they're literally 1.5xing the odds on Maryland, on Colorado State. You can see FanDuel is offering, or now ProfitX, a peer-to-peer betting exchange, is offering the best price on Maryland, minus 340. So, if you wanted to, again, I'm not saying you have to, it's personal preference. Regardless, the plus 450 is a super good bet. But if you wanted to, you could hedge this on ProfitX just using a hedge calculator, which is also called an arbitrage calculator. Arbitrage just means hedging to ensure a profit. Is if you wanted to, and if you're like, they're definitely not winning, you could hedge. Bro, fucking verify my location. Fucking piss me the fuck off, man. You could just hedge on Maryland. Dude. And turn this promo into a risk-free profit of, what was it? $1 or something. Yeah. $5, $21.25, $125 risk-free profit. Just by hedging, right? We're getting Colorado State plus 450. You can hedge on Maryland minus 330 on ProfitX. Make a risk-free profit of $125. Again, it's personal preference. If you decide you want to hedge or not. Dude, that is a low total in the Hornets game. So this is on Rebet. Again, I gotta remember they now have a website. I got to remember that Rebet now has a website you can bet through. So we have the over in the Hornets game. Let's check it out. Over 212. Minus 125. I'm going to try to put $1,000 down. And they take it for $1,000. Success. This I'm not going to hedge, right? Not arbitrage. We're getting this minus 125. All the other books have this around minus 140, right? Pinnacle has an 18-cent spread, right? They're charging 18 cents of juice. So you find the midpoint, minus 129 on the over, plus 129 on the under. That would be the fair prices. And honestly, all these totals seem good. So if I wanted to, I could say, I want the over 213, I'll take as well for $1,000. And the over 213 half at minus 108, minus 109. Sometimes they round their numbers, which is a little weird, but this is solid. I only got $5. So it seems like most people only got these promos for $5. But sheesh. So again, BetMGM is pretty worthless for me for player props. I have horrible betting limits. Yo. Check out this shit, bro. This is crazy. $2.10 risk-free arbitrage bet. It's 5% risk-free return. Bro, load. Here we go. DraftKings, FanDuel, right? They have such different odds. Plus 124 is what DraftKings has Nick Smith's over at. FanDuel is plus 200. Crazy, dude. So these two books, you can bet 100 to win 200 on FanDuel, 200 in profit. You can bet 160 to win 100 on his under. So I just arbitrage bet that. And again, I'm literally, this is as bad as your limits will ever get. Made $2 risk-free, second the game ends. I'm getting my money back. What the fuck? Man, I missed it. Nick Smith points. Give me some love, bitch. Ooh! On God, bro. Yo, so again, your hits, so DraftKings just suspended this pick as I was loading it up. So your hit rate's not going to be 100% on these arbitrage bets, but sometimes you can get some crazy ones in. Live betting, again, is tough, but the opportunities are much more profitable. Pre-match is easier to hit them, but they're typically less juicy in terms of your ROI. So this I'm just going to bet on DraftKings. What? Where's Bridges? Damn, dude, I always end up with so many fucking tabs open. But what I wanted to do, I'll do another underdog 3-man while we're here. Any hockey picks? Do we got a lot of hockey tonight? You got to be the only one in this live stream thinking about hockey, bro. I think everyone's excited for some basketball, bro. Derek White over 3.5 threes. All the books have his over heavily favored. Beautiful. You could run this in a streak as well if you wanted to. Lipsy. Over in PRAs, it looks like they already moved his line. Fucking underdog, bro. So they just added the multiplier on it, so they're reducing the payout. So the value goes away. I don't want to play that anymore. However, what I will play is Horford under. Again, I arbitrage bet this play on Horford earlier. I arbitrage bet this play on Horford earlier. What is crazy about underdog is I don't think they're gonna. They do take it. 3-man on underdog. They give you a 6x payout. Again, PrizePicks is cheap. They're only gonna give you a 5x payout. So I really need to remove BetMGM for player props because I get a lot worse limits. Main lines, it's still not horrible for arbing. So Bridges, PRAs, please be available. Again, we already ran his over and rebounds earlier in the stream. 64-68, DraftKings is going to limit me to. It's a crossed market, so sometimes I like to find just straight bets from the arbitrage tool, because again, whenever two books have such different odds that you can bet the over on one book, in this case DraftKings, the under on a different book, they're so out of sync you can guarantee a profit. You know, one of these books is offering a plus EV bet. You can place both bets, guarantee a win, so one side of the arbitrage play has to be profitable. In this case, it's pretty clear the value's on the DraftKings side. FanDuel, Hot Streak, you know, all these other books have his line higher. So, Bridges, over 30.5 PRAs. Points plus rebounds plus assists. Sport Zeno is an arb to every buck. Maybe. I haven't used Sport Zeno a lot. So here's another big arbitrage bet. DraftKings offering plus money. Basically, all these other sports books, Caesars, FanDuel, have the over favored, and we're getting underdog odds, plus 100 on DraftKings. DraftKings limited me to only 22.49. I could go over to Novig. I just don't want to waste a bunch of people's time. And arb this to make $1 risk-free profit. Go to Novig, bet the under, 21.42. Again, it's just a hustle game. Like, this shit takes a little bit of time to do, but it's pretty easy money. Once you learn how to do it, I mean. Damn, dude. Baylor, you suck. We got the Kentucky game starting in a sec. So here on Novig, Novig is a peer-to-peer betting exchange. You can see there's only $5 in liquidity at plus 124. Now it's completely gone. So the only thing about betting exchanges is you'll never get limited, right? They don't limit you at all. They don't limit, period. Where the fuck are these ProfitX arbs, bro? I feel like there were a ton yesterday. Did I filter it out? Betting exchanges don't limit. And I'm only, but, you know, you do have to consider how much liquidity is available. So, for example, on Novig, if you want to bet Tatum's over at minus 111, there's only $105 being offered. On his under, 108.40. So they kind of have limits. You'll never get limited, but I guess they kind of have limits in a way. No way. No, that shit moved. Again, sometimes after lineup news, there's crazy discrepancies. Bet365 and BetMGM are the two slowest books to adjust to lineup news. Fourth quarter money line. What are we doing, bro? No way. Again, I like to look for bets at stoppage. Personally, it's too hard during the game. Dude, this Queen's University, Crazy. This is a very good bet. Just day trading the books. Under. So they're going to give me 62.47. You could just run the BetMGM side. All these other books have the under heavily favored, so maybe that's what I'll do. You can see these live bets also, they take a little longer to process. BetMGM probably took maybe 30 or 40 seconds to even just process that bet. And I already arbed this exact line previously, earlier in the stream, if you remember, so they're not even going to take that. Very interesting. Whoa. Anyways, I'm going to stream later tonight. I did want to go to the gym for a bit before it closes. It closes at 6.